Hey guys, it's Derek with Poplarville O-Gauge Trains. We're out in the garage today and we're gonna make a paint booth. Nice and simple, super low cost. I got tired of all the overspray when I was just simply hanging stuff in a box, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make a little miniature paint booth. Kind of just salvaging a bunch of stuff that I have, so come on along and let's build it together. Okay, so as I said in the introduction, we're building a paint booth. It's pretty simple. Got a nice good sized box. I kind of prepped it a little bit, which I'll explain in a minute. I got donated from my eldest son. He likes to mark his stuff as mine. Well, it's mine now. This is going to be my exhaust fan. The only thing I actually had to buy was a simple furnace filter. I was going to use one that was kind of dirty that was going to switch out, but it was a little bit too big. My box that I have is about 20 by 20. This is a 14 by 20 filter. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then a couple little extra things that I'm going to do just to make life a little easier when I'm actually painting. So let's get started. First step is going to be preparing our box. Okay, so as I said, the first step is going to be preparing the box. This box, it's one of the things if you're going to do this, try and get a nice heavy box. This is a good solid cardboard. It's not flimsy. It's actually a double layered, so it's a good hard box. This particular one is 20 by 20. The application that I'm doing, you want something at least this big because of the fan I have is a 20 by 20 fan. I've already cut off the wings on this side. The inner wings I've actually previously beforehand I glued these down so they're nice and solid because I'm going to have to cut a hole in this. So let's show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so I've marked out the area that needs to be cut out. What I did is I took about an additional 2 inches on each side, so the filter will still fit in there nice and tight, but the fan is not going to go straight to the very edge of the box. And because it was actually 2 layers of cardboard that I had to go through, it took a little while to cut. Okay, so as you can see, our hole is cut. Nice and simple. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to line up our fan. Now, one of the things of doing the fan, you're going to want it blowing out, not into the box. So it's just a matter of laying it on top there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch some little holes and run little zip ties in there to hold it in nice and tight. Okay, so one of the extra things that I've done, I happen to find some washers laying around. So I'm going to put, where I have the holes that I'm going to run my zip ties through, I'm going to put washers in there to add a little extra support. Don't necessarily want the little Ziploc baggie open. I don't necessarily want the, do it the easy way. I don't want the zip ties to eventually be rubbing against that box and then eventually tear through it. So, like I say, we'll run it through the hole that I made. That's probably going to be a little bit more difficult than it looks. So just get it lined up in there just right. Well, let's do this the easy way, right? I tend to do things the most difficult way I can find sometimes. So we're going to run that through there like so. I will reach through the bottom didn't really check. Make sure these zip ties are long enough. I believe these are 11-inch. For some reason, I don't think they're going to be long enough. I'm going to run that washer like that, and of course they're not long enough. So the nice things about zip ties, if you come up a little short, just hook a couple together. Okay, so we have the fan installed on there nice and solid. So the next thing we're going to do is, as I said, I'm going to add a couple of things on here to make painting easier. So what I've done, I've got just a piece of wood that I threw some little eye-rings in there. And I'm going to put this up on the inside. So when I'm painting, I got something to hang my stuff on. So let's get that done. So in hooking up this little piece of wood that has the eyelets so I can hang stuff down from it, I'm putting little bracers on the top with the screws so they don't just rip through the cardboard. So up in the corner, I'll show you a little picture of what I'm doing. Alright, so the last thing that I'm going to show you here, not everything can be hung from the hooks. So what I've done is I'm going to give you guys, younger guys, maybe you're newly married or about to get married, a piece of advice. It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. I found this in the kitchen. I haven't seen the wife use it in a long time. It's like a little cooling rack. This is going to go inside on the bottom. Down here on the bottom for the items. Not everything you can hang. Some things you have to just put on there, but you don't want it right on the bottom. So that way I can just set it in there, spray it on top of that. Last thing I'm going to do, where is it? Oh, it's up here. Last thing we're going to do is put that filter in there. It's real simple. Just going to pop it in there like this. I'm going to throw a little piece of tape up on the top just to hold it in, because you're going to be replacing that filter once in a while. So I'm just going to have a piece of tape up along the top and the bottom of it to hold it in position, and then we're ready to paint. Okay, so we got it all set up. One little thing that I didn't really think about is when you turn it around backwards, so the air is going this way, you can't get to the on-off switch. So I have to pull that off to click it off. What I am going to do is just put a simple, I'll leave it always on and either just plug it in, or I might put a switch in the cord. So we'll get this all shaken up and we'll find out if it works. So as I was talking about that baker's rack, this one doesn't have a hole that I can really hang it on. So bingo, just like that. Hate getting paint on myself. Always with your paint, when you're using spray paint, you want to shake it up for a good minute or two ahead of time. Now I'm going to just be putting primer on this. This is a tender. I've already I've already sandblasted and everything. So we're just going to put some primer on it, and then eventually this is going to be all black, This is going to be the burgundy on the last train that I did, because this will be the tender for it. And what I'm going to do here, this will be done in a flat black for the coal, and then this part of here, I'll have to tape it off and do it in the burgundy color. But first, it's primer. Look at that, already it's working. That overflow just goes straight back. That's nice, I like that a lot. It's working exactly the way it's intended to. I used to get just this cloud of spray paint, and then I'd go inside and I could feel it on my arms. This way it's getting sucked straight out, straight through the other side. I can even get my hand in there and spray. And look at this, nothing that's going on my hand. This is working much better than I even thought it was going to work, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is working a million times better than expected. I always like it when something works better than you were really intending it that it would have. Get it off. Whoops. Alright, so there you go. Make your own paint booth, guys. Everything goes right out the back. I mean, you're still not going to want to use this inside. Just because of the fumes and everything, but it takes care of all your overspray worries. So I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes or so and come in and put a little second coat on that real quick so it's got a nice heavy duty film on it. Then tomorrow we'll put the final coats on it. We'll let you see that too. So if you watch closely, you'll notice that you see a little bit of a cloud of paint in this one. I had forgotten to turn the fan on, so you can easily see the difference of when the fan is on and when it's off. All right, guys, so that kind of wraps it up. As you see, it worked out really nice. Simple to make. I'll stress again, don't set one of these things up and use it inside. Even though it takes the actual paint away, it doesn't take the fumes away. And with spray paint, I mean, those fumes can really stink things up, and depending on the situation, be a little bit dangerous if you're breathing too much. Up here, I'm going to show you the finished product. And there's also going to be, you can look back at one of my videos of me doing that engine, and my next video will be a quick video of me putting that tender together. So, all right, guys, as always, as it says back behind me, like, subscribe, share my videos. I appreciate every one of you. Comment on your stuff, and hey, even show me some of the restoration stuff that you've done, and
you know, this paint booth isn't just for model trains. If you're just a model builder, you want to paint something that's small. I mean, anything. If you're an airbrush guy, great place that you can use that. I'm stumbling over my words. All right, guys. Thanks again. Appreciate every one of you. And as always, let's end it the right way. Choo-choo!
Thank you for watching my Papa's videos.